So it's better to keep it like this, I think. He's a very
Monoclonal
thorough.
antibodies, Mr. Jigs.
What is it?
Monoclonal antibodies.
What?
Monoclonal antibodies.
Yeah, monoclonal antibody. Correct. Thank you.
You know, they take that from the. You know, they take that from the plasma of infected people.
I didn't from monkeys. Just kidding.
I got it.
Yeah, it's plasma that's been centrifuged and extracted to treat people with it's already got the antibodies in it, so it helps to fight the infection.
Yeah, that's the way they should treat people. But they didn't use this therapy very often. Just vaccines instead.
Was anybody privy to the Super FUD section earlier today?
Please enlighten me. It's been happening. It's been increasing day over day over day. It's just like people are losing their minds.
Yeah, we got a little bit FUD-ish, and I mentioned to somebody probably going to be early 2023, and then that set off a chain of events where people started talking about such and such things, and so they were kind of complaining about whether it was going to come out or not, and then I said, well, the fact of the matter is a sacrifice is a sacrifice, and if it turns out that Pulsechain is just too hard to do and not work, well then, I sacrifice. I knew what I was getting into, but we don't think that's going to happen. I mean, there's just awful lot of activity for something not to happen. I was just merely stating that if Pulsechain didn't happen, I knew what I was getting into with the sacrifice. And somebody said, well, that would never happen because he would get sued. And I mentioned earlier, I'm like, well, he's not going to get sued because we all volunteered to sacrifice. And they're like, well, you didn't volunteer to give your money away because there's nothing that said that. And I said, in the word sacrifice, that's what was said. But anyways, I absolutely don't think that's going to happen. But if it did happen, then I already knew what I was getting into by not expecting anything, right? But I don't think that's going to happen. I think things are going to be just fine. It's going to take a little longer because, like Richard Hart says, it's difficult. It's very difficult. Richard Hart doesn't do he doesn't do the programming, he manages it, but it's been like PulseX said, it's been quite a long time since, Richard Hart's had a business. Again, he's been retired since, 2013 or something like that. Been retired, or 2010 or something. I don't know. Early. He's been retired a long time because he made his money and other stuff. Now he started this Hex, which did really well. Now he's taken on. He said earlier, if things get really bad in Ethereum, he's just going to fork Ethereum, and that's what's happening. And that being said, he's got an awful lot on his plate, and a gentleman was bent out of shape because Richard Hart says, I'm not giving any more updates because nobody can handle it, blah, blah, blah. And then I think Richard Hart said, I don't owe you no explanations, F you, or something like that. And I think somebody got bent out of shape that's been on here a while. And basically, Richard Hart, he can, that's Richard Hart. I mean, he doesn't give an F, he doesn't care what people think, and he'll tell you that. And that's just kind of part of who he is, right? I mean, he said something about that wasn't very nice. And I was of the opinion, well, Richard, he doesn't have to be nice. He's not super tactful. I mean, he tells people suck people's D's, he's not what I would call a super tactful person. So if he says, I don't owe you anything, go take a hike, yeah, it's just part of his personality, not to get too bent out of shape about it. He's trying also, and he's at the mercy of his developers, because his developers team is the ones that's trying to do their best, and it's difficult. So if it happens at the end of this year or the early beginning 2024, 23, then so be it. I don't think that Ethereum is going to go to proof of work when they say it's going to at the near the end of the year. I don't think it's going to. Whatever month that was, a couple months, Ethereum slided to go proof of work. I don't think that's going to happen though. What do you guys think?
Proof of stake, and in August they said.
I'm sorry, I meant proof of stake. Sorry.
No, I don't think it's going to happen. And I don't, it's funny how all those people in the beginning were like, yeah, we're sacrificing for the freedom of assembly and no expectations and no expectations. Then all of a sudden they're like, we have expectations. We have expectations. It's like, and we deserve to, and he should clean up his act, and he needs to do this and that.
Talking about Richard getting sued, a class action lawsuit, and the feds will find a way. Not really. I mean, we all knew what we were getting into, and he covered his butt by saying it's a sacrifice. You're giving your money away, and it's a donation of free speech, and that's what it is. If you just so happen to get something free, great. If not, it's a sacrifice, and that's what we all signed up for. And I don't like it that might happen. There's more than a zero chance that could happen. I don't think that would have happened, but if it did, I knew what I was signing up for, and nobody's gonna sue Richard Hart because he told you, hey, look, it's a sacrifice for free speech, and that's it, and that's 5 years.
It would never make it to court. First of all, that's all just conjecture. It would never make it to court. People are talking smack.
Even if it did make it to court, he doesn't even live in the country, so he wouldn't even show up.
Guys, it wasn't a donation. The sacrifice wasn't a donation. Just keep it in mind, right? It wasn't no expectations is different than doing a donation. We have no expectation, but we remember very well what we did wasn't a donation. So keep it in mind.
I don't want him to launch right now. I mean, I'm just like, I do not want him to launch right now. I want Bitcoin to fall a little bit, whatever's propping that up and artificially propping that price up. That needs to fall to where it makes sense. The crypto market cap is being propped up. The traditional markets are being propped up. Inflation's at its all-time high in 5 decades.
What gives you so assurance? Yeah, wait, what makes you so sure that will fall? Like your conversation is like the same when you are at all-time high, somebody telling it must go even more up. It must go even more up. What makes you more different than this person?
I just told you what I think makes those prices artificial is there's just printing money like it's and you can't have a conversation about crypto without having a conversation about the US dollar, unfortunately. But that's the facts.
Well, you can, because the Bitcoin, I think, is being propped up by the Russians. I think they've been printing rubles and doing Bitcoin longs. So when they pull those longs, it's going to cause a massive drop in Bitcoin, and it's really going to screw mainly Western and American investors. I had a talk with a guy that charged last night, and he was even thinking the same thing, that it's Russian longs on Bitcoin propped up by them printing rubles and selling them for Bitcoin.
Okay, well, whatever it is, I think that the 90+% of the population that has no money in crypto will eventually come over, bring their money over, because there is no good bet right now on Wall Street. There is no good bet or investment anywhere else. And there's plenty of people that'll buy Bitcoin when it hits 25, when it hits 20, if it falls below 20, etc. I think the market cap will go up to 2 trillion. But I don't think right now it's like you have to launch right now. He's going to launch when he's ready. He's going to launch when if it's the market, if he's timing the market, great. If he's waiting for devs, great. Been there. I do that every day, all day. This is what I do for a living. And I'll tell you a story, one of many, where I had a customer who I committed to a 60-day port of a floating point, 32-bit floating point library. All we were doing was converting it to fixed point on an analog devices semiconductor. And it was a 60-day job. It turned into 9 months. I lost money on the deal, even though I was licensing the embedded algorithm. I lost money on the deal because it took us freaking damn near good portion of the year to do a simple conversion from floating point to fixed point. So there's a lot of unforeseen things that happen in code and software development, even though it may seem straightforward. And believe me, I lost points in my reputation. My credibility was affected. The customer we were licensed to is huge. One of the biggest customers in automotive that does integrating technologies for automotive in the automotive industry. So I know what that feels like. And it wasn't me. I was on my engineers. I had hired more people. I was up, all hours of the night, 3, 4, 5 a.m., whatever, pushing these guys, trying to do everything I could externally to try to get the project done. And it took how long it took. So, I mean, I understand what he's going through. I understand what these devs are up against. He's got obviously some talented engineers. They're looking at ways to optimize. They're trying to figure out where these bugs are and what the impact of those bugs are, prioritizing those bugs. The market's really volatile. There's a lot of speculation right now, whether the price of Bitcoin goes down or not. I don't think it's an ideal time to launch, like, oh, we're missing the boat, we're missing the opportunity. Obviously it sucks to wait, but I'm just like Crypto Drone. If I sacrificed that money and it's gone forever, I knew what I was getting myself into. Period. And if you didn't, you were being hopeful and not being rational.
Yeah, it wasn't a donation what I did. I sacrificed. I didn't donate. I sacrifice is different.
That's right. You sacrificed the money. You're making a political statement. No expectations on the work of others. Pretty simple.
But expectations on the share of the network, which I should have a percentage equivalent to the percentage of my sacrifice. That's my only expectation, and I'm waiting for it.
I read no expectations to mean no expectations. So, like I said, worst case scenario, if the money that I sacrificed this cause does not end up making, monetary sense and nothing ends up happening,
no expectations.
Then I can't say anything.
No expectations on the legal and jurisdiction point of view. No one of us will go after Richard Hart if he just decides to dump the project. We will not. We know what we did, but we still have expectations that will not defraud us.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to pull, some sort of a fraud or he has any malintent. That's not, that's not what I see at all. I'm still hopeful that we'll launch this month, to be quite honest. But months have come and gone where I thought that was the case, and here we are. So I'm starting to kind of just let it go. I don't have enough visibility and exposure into, and I'm not tracking what's going on in GitLab because frankly I don't have enough time and knowledge about blockchain technology to make any sense of it. But I do kind of know what he's going through, what the devs are going through. They're probably working really hard, and I think there will be optimal times to launch this thing, and it didn't have to happen mid-May. Things are changing, and I think he's considering all of the factors. Whether that's the market, whether it's the priority of the bugs, how serious these bugs and these issues are, whatever it is. I mean, I'm going to be happy when they launch, okay? But I'm not going to lose my mind and walk away from the project and say a bunch of stuff and lose my temper and say a bunch of stuff about Richard Hart and try to blame him now for, we thought it was this and well, he can't do that. He can't do this. I've never taken that stance on him. Never will. I'm accumulating right now.
One thing I know, if you launched a month ago and then the crypto market dumped, our lovely Pulse would be in depreciation now. So for that reason, thanks God it didn't launch a month ago. So far, so good. So far, so good. Fine to me. And Ethereum 2.0 will launch, but that's not what makes the network fast. What will make the network fast, I think, is sharding, right? And sharding will not be around until 2023, I guess.
I think sharding affects gas fees, but that's way out in the future.
But sharding will also compete with Pulsechain somehow. Ethereum 2.0 will not compete with Pulsechain, but sharding will. Compete in a way that will be everything more fast and cheap.
Yeah, well, by then we'll have, plenty of successful projects launched. People will have adoption. We'll have, we'll be building volume. And hopefully, and when that happens, we'll already have appreciated, to a point where, we're not too affected by that. Who knows what's going to happen? My crystal ball doesn't work very well. So, I just try to focus on what we can do now. And what we can do now is show the guy who listens to this chat every now and then that we still support him. We understand what's going on. We're actually appreciative of the improvements that are being made. And what's 1 month or 2 months or 3 months in the grand scheme of things.
I set myself buy orders on X until 1.5 cents. From there down, I give up.
It's crazy to me how many people just lose faith like that. I don't understand why they wouldn't see this as the blue light special of the last 2 years and buy as much as they possibly can.
As I said, I will buy until 1.5 cents. But if it breaks 1.5 cents and goes below that, I wait. Maybe I'll buy again if it goes one more logarithmic scale down to 0.01 cent, then I may buy another chunk. But look, if it does this, will be another Luna stuff. So hope God doesn't make it happen. This is crazy. It would be 99.9% evaluation on X. How would Richard face that? He that blames Bitcoin for devaluating 85%, talking about it shamefully. How would he speak about X devaluating 99.9%? Even if it was a very good opportunity to buy, definitely, dude. But he has to be coherent and consistent with his points of view. If he's shameful that the coin dumps 90%, he cannot then say that it's an opportunity when a coin dumps 90%. It's an opportunity, but it's still shame. That's how he gets consistent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. But 85 and 90, we're kind of splitting hairs because, obviously, we're. I mean, he tweeted out that video of him holding all those bags, those Gucci and Prada bags, and saying, "Fill your bags." I mean, he can't get much clearer than that. And there's a bunch of paper hands out there, and you know what? There's a bunch of people whose stakes are ending where they made huge gains selling at 7 cents, 8 cents. Maybe those people have things that they want to, they've been waiting patiently, and maybe they've got things that they need for their family, or they want to, reaccumulate at this price. I mean, who knows? I just don't see it. It's not a Luna project, and so I just can't see it going much more than, going below. If it does dip down to 2-3 cents, which, obviously is possible, I don't think it's going to stay there very long.
Hey, good day, guys.
And I didn't say that about 5 cents or 7 cents either.
Good day, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Really low.
Oh, sorry about that. Let me see if I could adjust that. Can you hear me now?
Better.
Great. So these last couple of days on this chat, man, I've noted it to give myself a reminder to go back to these chat rooms on the YouTube channel 2 years from now, when Hex is probably over $1 and everybody is loving Richard again, and Pulsechain is popping. And so I'm gonna remember this, and I remember everybody in these chats, and I'm gonna come back to you guys, because this is amazing, this talk. And in the meantime, when I look at the Hex chat, the Hex stats, in the last 8 days, we got over 2,000 more holders of Hex, and every day we have about, I'd say about 50 or 60, between 50 and 100 people that stake, and the stake percentage is always more than the stake ending percentage. So
Yep. I
you
seen
guys
that.
you guys Hex has gone down 85% about 13 times, but you guys don't. I don't know how come you guys weren't crying this when Hex went to, it hit a penny and everybody went crazy, and then it shot right back down to like 0.6 or 0.5 or 0.4, something like that.
You ain't talking to me, bro. I'm the one
Right?
saying I'm
Remember
saying
that?
this is the special of the decade. Like,
You know what I mean?
I'm trying to
Remember,
accumulate
that's
as
what I'm
much as
saying. Like
possible right now. These people
I'm
are
like,
crazy, man.
what is going on? Richard said that Bitcoin is going to 11. He's been saying that shit forever. You guys seem to forget who Richard is. You guys seem to be out here thinking that Richard is just some guy out here just nilly willy, just talking smack and spending money and just doing all this shit just to gain fame and what, just walk off into the sunset without
Please, an Mexican soldier.
completing Pulsechain, right?
Okay,
Like,
relax
you
a
really
bit.
think that?
Let me.
But seriously, it's an oxymoron to think that, right? Because in one statement you're saying, "Oh my God, this will be
Do you know the
incredible
price
if
of X?
Pulsechain." But can I finish?
Do you know?
It'll be incredible if Pulsechain doesn't launch. This will be crazy. And then in the same sentence, you're saying that Richard is an egomaniac, and he made all this money, and
No
he's
one's
out to
saying this
rule the
here.
world. So it's
No one
like, it's
calling
either
him
or.
this.
Does he want to rule the world, or does he want to just, he can't do it. He's just gonna take everybody's money, and he's just gonna take off and leave Hex. What? And then and so what? So everybody's gonna stick with him, and then
Can I
Hex
ask
is
you a
just
question?
gonna survive because of that. Like you guys are.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Executive
Amen,
soldier,
brother.
sir.
Listen,
Can I ask you a
remember this.
question?
Just remember this because it's gone down before. And then when Bitcoin
Yes.
goes down to 11, and then Pulsechain launches, and everything goes according to Richard's plan. Because remember, you guys, I don't know who's here is smarter than Richard right now in this chat room.
Do you
If
let
you
me
think
ask
that
you a
you're
question?
smart, if you think that you're smarter than Richard, I want you to stand up. I want you to raise your hand, and I say, I could do a better job than Richard. I could do Pulsechain better than Richard. I'm gonna fuck the shit out of ETH. I'm gonna make millionaires like I did with Hex. I want who in this chat room has done that or is capable of doing that?
Can I ask
Nobody.
you a question?
Matter of fact, who's done that
Man,
in
let me
crypto?
ask you just a question.
Who has done that in crypto? Answer that. Who's done that in crypto? How dare you
This is
doubt the
becoming
man
a
that has
monologue.
fed you? Who has?
Becoming a
How dare
monologue.
you? How dare you? How dare you doubt the man that has freaking fed you, has made you millionaires, has changed your life? It's gonna change generations. It's gonna make you a king among kings with the 1%
Mic
of
drop.
the 1%.
Mic drop.
Are you guys kidding me
Mic
right
drop.
now with this shit? Oh my God! Just remember that shit, right?
Amen.
Because I'm gonna bring it back.
Amen to that, man. Amen to that. But can I ask you one question? One question.
Where were you, Hexagon soldier, in the last couple of days, man? We needed you.
Listening to this, bubbling, laughing, and now it's stewing over. And now I'm sorry, it bubbled over. But yes, of course, you can ask your question, my brother.
Just answer me one thing. What price was X valued in the moment Richard Art called 11,000 Bitcoin?
Yeah,
50 cents.
A lot of people.
50 cents.
I get it.
50 cents, and Bitcoin was 50,000. Bitcoin was 50,000, and X was 50 cents. Bitcoin is now at 30,000. X should be at 30 cents. X is not at 30 cents. It's at 5 cents right now. I'm not spitting on Richard's work. I'm just being honest.
Can I ask you this?
The numbers don't lie.
Can I ask you this question? If Hex goes back down under a penny, are you telling me that the Hex project is now considered dead, and that the Hex project cannot reach the 10,000 X that it once did before?
No,
even if it goes under a penny. And you're telling me that is the possibility that people that missed out on Hex the first time, that people that missed out on Hex the first time, can you imagine that people that missed out on Hex the first time have the opportunity to load up again and get a 10,000 X again? OMG.
I don't crap on Bitcoin neither, just because it dropped 50%.
But he's telling the truth. It's gonna drop 85%. He says it's dropping to 11,000, and I haven't seen nobody prove him wrong yet.
X got there first. X got there first.
In the beginning, it was that Richard didn't know what he was talking about when it jumped past 65 real quick and it went up to 69. Now it was going up to 100, and Richard was like, "Look, dead cat bounce is a part of the game. Like, chill out." Right? He's been telling the truth and preaching the truth forever, and the fact is that it hasn't been proven wrong yet. It hasn't been proven wrong yet. So if it does go down to 11, and then Pulsechain does pop, right? Like he mentioned. Didn't he mention in a tweet? He said, what did he say? He said, some people like when something launches in a bear market. Remember those points, right? Like he throws little points out there. People think that 6-3 was a clue, and he does all this crazy. No, he kind of like tells you without telling you. Like some people like stuff in the bear market that come out in the bear market.
He can do all of that without crapping on Bitcoin. That's the only thing I don't like is that he needs to crap on Bitcoin to do that.
And listen, and we could also be worried, because I understand everybody sacrificed for a reason. We could also be worried without all of a sudden crapping on the man that made millionaires out of millionaires. And again, let's just backtrack a little bit. Let's just take a step back. Let's just say the worst of the worst happens and Hex goes under a penny. And but everybody that bought over 50 cents is freaking totally wrecked if they didn't stake, right? And their money's gone and whatever. Let's just say that. Let's flip it. Are you telling me that Hex can't go back up to 50 if Pulsechain launches? If let's put it like this: when he says Pulsechain is going to launch, do you guys think that it's going to go down further? So if it goes under 1 cent, say right now when this run right here, and this crazy run, a Pulsechain doesn't launch 2-3 months, and Bitcoin's still going down, and everything's going down with it, especially and along with Hex, and Hex is around 1 penny, and
Look,
then he says 48 hours, guys, 48 hours, guys. Pulsechain's launching. Does it stay at a penny or does it go under a penny? No, it goes up, right? I assume
Can we
everybody now
answer? Can we
loads up,
answer,
right?
Mexican soldier? You asked the
Absolutely,
question. Now,
absolutely.
can we
I
answer?
mean, I'm asking a
Oh,
question, but I already know the answer to it, right? Because it's common sense. It's going to go up. I mean, it's going to go up
right.
in
But
price. He
but
says
but
48 hours.
one
Pulsechain
thing you're
launches.
leaving
Okay,
out,
go ahead.
Mexican.
if Bitcoin
One
goes
thing
to
you're leaving out.
11,000, how low X will go?
You get you look at it like this. When what does bear markets do? It shake people out. This is nothing new. The lower it goes, the more people jump out the window.
Day one.
You know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised. Don't be
Exactly.
surprised when people start. Don't be surprised when people start shit talking and fudding and all that. That's part of the game. Now, will Hex go back up to 50 cent? Yes, definitely. It don't matter if Bitcoin go to if Bitcoin go to 11K, Hex is gonna be under a cent, bro. Get ready for it.
And
if it goes to 11K,
can you imagine? And can you imagine, my brother, the people that didn't have an opportunity to get into Hex the first time? You mean to tell me that they can load up on Hex under a penny before Pulsechain launches and get all that? Get look with like seriously, I don't know who has that K or who doesn't have that K, but if you have 20K, you got like 2 million coins. You mean to tell me that you can't get you're not wishing to get 2 million Hex? Who wasn't hoping? Who wasn't hoping when they bought Hex at 30, 40, 50 cents? They just got in. They started staking and they was feeling the vibe, and we thought it was going to $1. Those people that got in, which one of those people wasn't thinking and wishing and praying and hoping and hearing the stories of how Hex kids made millions, of how they wish and prayed that they could get, they could get that opportunity. That's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. That this is they consider this Bitcoin a better Bitcoin. That is it's insane. We're still early now, but just can you imagine? And now you're telling me that now it's going back down, and now all of a sudden, the project might die. Pulsechain might not launch. Richard this, Richard that. We don't know about this guy Richard. Or yo, this is funny to me. You know why? Because it reminds me. It reminds me, guys. I'm not that smart, but I'm not that stupid, right? Like I was here the first time, so I saw all of this. Hex took 18 months. I mean, we keep saying that, right? The OGs keep saying that, and the new guys keep forgetting that. And and people were doing the same thing. People gone. People left the Hex. People were ripping rich. They were scam this. He was a scam, and they try to open up a different a whole different thing and take people with them, and they took people with them. Like it was crazy. But the people that stuck through it, that knew the truth, they got rewarded. And the people that stick through it now and know the truth will get rewarded again. And if you've been in this crypto game, and if you've been in Hex, then you know that it's been up and down 13 times. It's just you're feeling it now, because when they were hit 50, we swore that it was going to $1. We swore, because we swore that Pulsechain was around the corner. And that's what the fuck happened. That's what's happening now. Is that everybody that bought at 20, 30, 40, that just jumped in and was waiting for that shit to hit $1, they bought the top. In the meantime, as they was buying the top, we saying that Pulsechain was going to launch. Richard wasn't saying that. Everybody else thought it was happening. And we bought the source, and everybody was piling in. Even the OGs was piling in. Hey, look, I'm here for a long time. I was buying. I bought the top. So I was thinking of dollars. I was thinking of dollars like everybody else. We bought the top, fellas. crypto happens to dip 85, 90%, some 95%. Some don't come back. If you're telling me that Hex don't come back, then yeah, bye. Leave now. But if you're telling me that it's going down like every other cryptocurrency has gone down and every other market that has gone down before, along with Bitcoin, and it's gonna go back up again, and it's gonna and it's key and in the meantime, it's still doing the same thing that it's been doing the whole time, which is giving you yield, giving you more hex. And if you believe that the hex contract does have over 300,000 wallets that are holding it right now, and every day it seems like there's 200 plus wallets holding it every day, every day new. You can check the stats; they're there. If you believe that, and you believe that the contract is giving you that yield, and you believe that hex is the Bitcoin, a better Bitcoin, then hey, then Hex is gonna be here at least 6 years, at least 15. Because I know I got a lot of 5555s, right? And I know about what with how many people in here? About 99.9 got 5555s. So we're gonna be here for 15 years. So I know it ain't gonna die until then. And I know I'm gonna collect my coins after 15 years. I'm still around, knock on wood. So calm down and cut it out. Richard is here to conquer this shit, bro. Yeah, the man has flaws. So fucking what? Look in the fucking mirror first. Everybody got flaws. Cut the shit out. This man is here to conquer crypto. We jumped in on the right horse. Calm down. This shit is hard. If it was easy to fork Eve, fucking Vitalik and them would have done it a long time ago. And Richard is still gonna do it before he does it. So and when it does pop off, I'm telling you, he's always been playing chess. He's always been playing chess, and 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 people just keep thinking that this guy is somehow, this 145 IQ is somehow, not doing it the right way, or just not smart enough to get it done. I mean, he got it done, guys, and he's gonna get it done again, and we're gonna rise again, and you can rise with the ashes, or you can get smoked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it happens every time in crypto. Everybody here knows it. Every 4 years this happens. The world is coming to an end, and all the flakes get shaked out, and all the people that get strong, they get stronger. And 4 years from now, you cats are gonna be laughing about this shit. And if y'all still here, I'm gonna bring this shit up 4 years from now. And why? We're gonna be laughing about the hell yeah. I'm gonna put it up right on you on the hey guys, remember this? And I'm gonna bring up the recording. Y'all gonna laugh.
Wow. Amen.
You right. You right, Hexagon. You right.
Kick out.
Everybody ain't gonna make it though, Hexagon. You gotta be you gotta be strong, man, during the bear market to stay focused.
Bro, if you saw Richard Hart's first video, the one I saw, it takes a strong person to still follow Richard after that first video. Oh, let's keep it 100. The guy looked weird to me, but he was spitting facts. So you gotta sometimes you gotta close the blinders and just open up your freaking ears and just listen to what the man is saying. You know what I mean? And if and
It,
if
it
we
it don't have it don't have anything to do with Richard though, bro. Richard ain't the it don't have anything to do with Richard. Why people flake get 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 why people, get shooken out is because they seeing their money go from 50K to 3K and they sell at the bottom. We've heard Richard talk about the transfer from the inpatient to the patient. That's what's going on here. So it ain't got nothing to do with Richard. It's just this how all markets work like this.
so I'm glad that you said that because it doesn't have nothing to do with Richard, right? But what I've heard these last couple of days is doubt about Richard. You know what I mean? So that makes me that's why I say that, right? And like my man yesterday was he has the gentleman with the Staker app, um Steph, like a genius, right? Revolutionary, to the Hex community, and even he now has seeds of doubt, and he says that that others have it in the community, but he's the only one that's willing to say it, so he's the one that's willing to step on the sword. But
well, he's the only person in the community that Richard will be in direct competition with when he starts his wallet too. That's what I asked him. I was like, why is this coming out now when we've been knowing and asking the same question for a year? But you want to wait till Pulsechain get ready to launch to bring this up and start tweeting. And then I asked the guy, well, go on a live stream with Richard and get the answer straight from Richard. Would you be willing to do that? Well, I don't want to do that right now. Maybe after Pulsechain launch. Man, that's BS.
so why not? So
But
exactly. So he would want to wait to speak to Richard after Pulsechain launches, but he's gonna air out some grievances before Pulsechain launches. Like that didn't make a lot of sense. But again, everybody has their right to speak. It's just like we feel the timing been a bit off. He feels that the timing was on point, right? But regardless, it's funny to me, right? Because I remember, I don't know if you guys heard me. I asked him a question like, all right, let's just put it out there. You speak to him and you ask him, you do ask him this question, and you don't like the answer. And he said he was willing to have, he would have to think about, continuing with the project, and that hurt me. I was like, damn, like it would take that, like all of a sudden, like what happened, like what happened, why all of a sudden this doubt with Richard,
I'm gonna
and
tell you, I'm
it's
gonna
just
tell you
it's
what
just
happened,
it just
Hex.
has me, it got me bugging, it's like I don't get it, like he has his method to his madness, like you may not like
Pulse OG
you may
has
not
a
like
good
it
point, man. He just
you may
said it.
not like it, but go ahead, boss man, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean it's bro. I remember when Hex was first launched. It was people creating all different kind of dApps that a lot of hexagons put a lot of hex into those dApps and never got nothing in return for them. And at first, Richard wasn't down talking those dApps at first, but when people started losing money, he started to really really go after them. So now we get to Pulse, and now people are creating stuff for hexagons again. And now this time he's coming out and saying, "Hey man, I'm not supporting none of that crap. Most of it, people gonna get wrecked because he's seen it happen before. You know what I'm saying?" And to me, it seemed like I seen a switch in his mentality towards people creating different stuff for his audience, and he don't like that. So even with Staker app, that app was designed, and it was, it's an awesome tool. I love it. I use it every day. But it was designed for hexagons. You know what I'm saying? And I think Richard is going to end up creating the full stack that, in my opinion, it's going to wipe a lot of these dApps out. He's going to be their direct competition. So that's just my opinion. I mean, he's already said he's going to launch the wallet. He's mentioned launching a stable coin. I mean, that's going to be tough competition.
Yeah, but to me it's like So what? And he even said it, right. He's like, he claims it's all love. It's like the more the merrier. Competition is good, knives sharpen knives, and if he makes it, if he makes a great tool, it, it uh it just makes it better for everybody, right? There's just more people to go around, and more luck to be around, and they'll still be around, and people will still go to their shop, you know what I mean? And they don't need to be in competition with Richard. Like, Richard made them, right? Like, if it wasn't for Richard, there wouldn't be Staker app. So for them to have now all of a sudden this animosity that he might take over their business. Well, first of all, he's not going to take over their business, right? People will choose, and number two, I think there'll be enough love to spread around, because those are OGs. Like, people are not just gonna abandon the OGs, right? So
People are quick to forget, man.
Exactly.
Real quick. Yeah.
I just think people need to chill, bro. Don't forget, don't bite the hand that feeds you, man. It's still the best horse in the game, bro. If there's a better horse out there, by all means, go ahead, go find them. You know what I mean? But to me, I've searched, and I've been around here, for a little bit, and he's the best in town. Like it or leave it, like his style or not, he's the best in town, and we got to respect that, and he's proven it, and he's gonna prove it again. And for people to say, and it's okay to doubt. It's okay to doubt if you jumped in at 30, 40, 50 cent hex, and now you ain't seen shit, but your profits go down, you got every right to talk. You know what I'm saying? You ain't seen what we seen, but you do see the product working, like, and you do see the downturns in the markets. And if you know the markets, you know that everything goes down 85%, and you bought the top. And we realize it now, when it hurts, and we all think we're experts, but we're not. And we bought the top, and now we got to chill and eat it. But if you staked, you're not even thinking about it. I got people that don't even look at, everybody has stake wrap. Some of them don't even look at it, and they're not worried, because the people that I've onboarded, they're staked at least 2 years. You know what I mean? They're not worried about this shit, because they know. I told them, if you're gonna worry about shit going down 85%, like, don't even get in right now. Your shit could go down 85% right now. It can go down 85% tomorrow. Or are you ready for that? If you're ready for that, then all right, we're gonna make some money. And you're gonna put your shit away like a little savings account, and you're gonna forget about this bitch for a couple of years. And then you come see me in a couple of years. And if you ain't make money yet, then we talk. Then we stick it again. So the bottom line is that we got caught. Most of us got caught. We bought the top, and now it's hurting. But if you stake your hex, the product works. It's continuing to work. It's still the best product out there. It's still giving you 38% yield. And when it goes up in price value, in USD value, you're gonna make your money and then some. And if you're smart about it, if it goes down to the levels that OG hexagons were talking about, and you know that they made millions when it went back to like a penny, 2 pennies, 3 pennies, unless you believe that hex is dead, then you would be loading up the truck at those levels, because you've heard the stories, and they're true, you know. But it takes some balls, right? It's not easy. It's not easy, especially when you got in late, and you ain't see shit but losses. I get it, but that shit happened to people back in 2017 too, guys. Like, you guys ain't alone in this shit. And if you've been here before, you just got hit again, But this time, you're in the right product. It's gonna go back up, bro. Just like supposedly Bitcoin will. But Richard is telling you the truth. Just listen to Richard. If he says it's going down in 11, why should we doubt him? At this point in time, why are we still doubting him? because he hasn't been proven wrong, not yet. And so if it happens, and then all this time, and he even said it. He even put in a tweet out there. You guys saw the tweet. He even said, it's funny. People are flooding Pulsechain like they were flooding Hex back in the day. Did you guys see that tweet? Like he even says it, and then he laughs about it because it's the same. It's the same thing over and over again. It's the same repeat. It's the same story, but it's the same man that created the same project, that created the same product, that's trying that still has um the insane, you know uh, uh um the insane ego, the insane not the ego, but the drive to the competitive drive to be the best. Bro, you want to be with that kind of guy. You want to be with back in the days, you wanted to be with Michael Jordan. Even if you hated him, the people that hated him, they hated him because they knew that he was the best and that he was going to compete until he became the best, and that he was going to compete until he drove you to the ground. And I think that that's the same kind of mentality that Mr. Richard Hart has. And I don't know about you, but I want to be on that side. I mean, I wasn't a Michael Jordan, I wasn't a Bulls fan. Let's put it like that. And that shit bothered me. What, for like 10 years we got to see that guy? Come on, come on. You understand? I don't want to be on that side no more. That's like pick any sport. Who's the best? Who's the best in any sport? You either love it or you hate it, but you respect the fuck out of it that it's the best. And that's what Richard wants to be. And he's proven it, and he's driving to be that because of this. Like, you guys don't even know, this fuels him even more. So that's why I was laughing about it. And I'm like, I'm not worried, bro, because this fuels him even more. The doubt. You understand? Really? You're gonna doubt me again? Like, I can see him now. Like, really? We still doubting me? Okay, okay. This is interesting. You know what I mean? He's throwing hints out there. He's throwing tweets out there, guys. All we have to do is just look, listen.
Thank you. I cannot talk that much.
Thank you. I was eating my tuna sandwich and my fries while carefully listening everything what you said. Very inspirational speech.
Yep.
Motivational, inspirational, motivational speech. Yeah.
And you kinda needed that Tomcat today for some reason.
Well, what's again?
I was saying for some reason you kinda needed today.
Yes, it was very nice. When you feel more depressed with the market, you listen to a guy like this while you eat your tuna sandwich and your raspberry juice, and then you feel like the world is yours.
Let's go.
Therefore, thank you. Thank you for the motivation. Heil Richard Hart, the man.
Tomcat is inspired again. Yay!
Oh, I never lost the belief. Just also the monkey flu put me down,
like 2 weeks ago, you were shouting, "Richard, shut the fuck up" from the rooftops of London.
There was a reason for that. I don't remember what was the reason. I think it was
justified.
Richard was
Just to
flooding
remember
your
why I
precious
said that.
Bitcoin.
It was something. I don't know what was.
Top
He did
Cat, you
something.
don't like
He did something.
you don't like it when Richard floods your precious Bitcoin, do you?
Can somebody unmute Kinix and to Sponge Hex, please?
I don't like when somebody pisses on X neither.
Okay, you shouldn't have a problem with it because you should have sold the top of Bitcoin.
I think
you should have made out.
I think you don't need to crap on one person to prize another.
Yeah, nailed it.
I will say that I preferred that deeper gangster voice that you had when you were sick.
Which voice? I still have the voice, no?
No, I preferred you having that deeper gangster raspy voice than your normal voice that you have now. It's not as powerful. It's not as poignant.
No, you tell me I have my old voice back. I still have the gangster voice today. I'm losing the powers. I'm losing my powers.
Look, we're a community, man. We talk each other off the ledge. You know what I mean? We got to be there for each other. Some of us might have doubts. We got to pull each other. And some people are just going to completely go off the deep end, like we've seen in the past couple of days.
Be there.
But, we're all here for a reason, man.
That's right.
I know Illuminati ain't going nowhere.
Look, do you see these reality shows? Do you guys see these reality shows? And usually the public votes for the participants to leave the show, and usually who are the ones who are left to the end? Are those who don't insult others, those who don't call names to others, The same goes with the politicians. If you are in a political election and you start to insult your opponent, if you start to badmouth your opponent, even if you're right, and this is the trick, this is the curious thing, even if you are legitimate to badmouth your opponent, calling him a criminal, because in fact he's a criminal, but you do this, you lose the election, right? So this is an election. He shouldn't crap on Bitcoin, man. He shouldn't crap on Bitcoin.
That's true. That's true, Top Cat. That's true.
I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think that Richard Hart's waiting for the bottom, Bitcoin to hit bottom to launch, or what's y'all's consensus about that?
I can't take anything you say seriously with your thumbnail and your fucking handle.
Bottom.
He waits for the bottom. He waits for the bottom.
But why
bottom out?
You know why he waits for the bottom? Because he knows that if Pulsechain launched today and in a month the crypto market is below another 50%, so will be Pulse. So this is clever. I would do exactly the same if I was him. The problem is, God knows if he will be able to spot the bottom, because if he doesn't, he might miss the train. Imagine if in 1 month time, he's still waiting for the 11,000 Bitcoin in the bottom of the bear market. And in 1 month time, Bitcoin is already above 47,000. He might miss the train,
I think he should launch when it hits 20K.
And how can you be so sure it will reach 20K?
Well, I'm not sure, but a lot of people are predicting that.
Oh, well, a lot of people was predicting 100K. Is this the
Well, when Bitcoin hit 3K, people were calling for 1K, and it never
exactly.
went.
Exactly.
So,
now we are 30. We are now at 30K and people calling for 10K.
So what do you think is the new bottom? 29?
We always said that we are not going below this without high volatility and rebound back above 30K. We might drop, yes. We might drop to 25K. We might drop to 23K. But in the next day, we are above 30K again.
All right. Well, thank you for your input.
Thank you for your bullish analysis on Bitcoin, Cat.
But I've been saying this for 2 months now, and for 2 months we are still at 30K.
I don't have any Bitcoin.
I mean, the market, the crypto space, Bitcoin. I speak about Bitcoin as I don't know how to call it, but you know what I mean. Don't compare Bitcoin with any other coin. Bitcoin is the metric, right? Let's be honest here.
Well, I personally feel pretty confident Richard is going to launch at the optimal time, and we're all going to be pretty damn happy in a year or two.
It's been like so far. Every day till today wasn't a good day to have been launched. And
Hey,
unfortunately, did not.
If he can call the tops, he can call the bottoms.
Remember, he called the top because he participates on blowing off the top, right? He was a player on blowing off the top. When you are a player blowing off the top, it's very easy to call the top.
So there's a difference between calling the top and the bottom, you're saying, right? There's also external things that are in play in the economy and the world that can create either a new bottom or a new leg up. And I don't see the future looking too bright right now for this year.
It can change overnight.
I'm expecting. But the sentiment with the war, it's difficult to have. He's right with the war and so on, everything going on. Very hardly we will go back to bullish, either in the legacy markets and crypto. But what can happen is a 2019 event when Bitcoin was hovering at 3K, which is the new 30K. At 3K, everybody calling 1K. Now everybody calling 10K. And suddenly, on the April 1st of 2019, it popped up above 5.5K, which would be 55K. But then it just went back again down. And then a year later or so, March 2020, it revisited 3K again. So that's what I expect to do. Like eventually we'll go again to visit 40K, sit there for a while, then 6 months have passed, come back down to 30K, then we are already in the middle of 2023, then comes 2024, say goodbye for the last time, 30K, we cross 47K, 50K, 55K, go back to 47K, then 60K, the new all-time high, then boom, 100K.
Well, are you predicting that the Bitcoin halving will have a lot to do with the new leg up?
Not as much as in the past, because we are cutting now just 1.5 Bitcoins per block.
While this time sitting around, we have plenty of work to do on the Pulsechain to make it better and better and more perfect as it can be before launch. At least we have, at least the devs have more time to work out anything that could be a bug or whatnot. Am I right?
Let me just say one thing. There is a stronger driver than the halving now. The amount of Bitcoins being lost forever because people died and forgot the keys, because people just lost the keys and stuff like that, because people do mistakes. It will have a bigger share on the reduction of circulating supply than the halving itself. For the first time, the halving will not be as important as the Bitcoins being lost. For people dying, people losing keys, people doing mistakes. So Bitcoin will become deflectionary forever, deflectionary, because you might count 17 million Bitcoins in circulation. This is fake. 25% of those Bitcoins are now lost forever. And maybe in 10 years, 50% of all Bitcoins will be lost forever. So the real circulating supply will be below 10 million Bitcoins.
We could eventually get down to only 10 Bitcoins.
Eventually, yeah. In 1,000 years.
Well, regardless of what happens in the next couple months, I'm pretty excited to be in this community and part of Pulsechain and the whole ecosystem. It's going to be, I think it'll be a game changer for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think the frustration of people also is that they want to start to play with their pulse. They want to store their lovely pulse in the hardware wallet. And, but we have time. We just have to wait.
I just want to close my eyes and 5 years later, look at my wallet.
One thing I am sure of this new coming bull market of 2024. In the previous bull markets, I never knew in what horse to put my money. I mean, in which altcoin to put my money, because Bitcoin is nice, but Bitcoin will not give you the 100x you want. So Bitcoin is fine. It's not with Bitcoin that you are going to do it. So the question is always which horse, and you never know, right? No one could guess about the coins of this past year. No one could guess Stellar Lumens in 2017 or Cardano or others. But in this bull market, we know the winning horse, which is Pulse. So this is the difference. We know the coin that will do 10,000x. Every bull market, there is a coin that does 10,000x. Just the difference is that we know the one for the coming bull market.
Well, Cardano has like 3.36 million wallets or something like that. And I think if we even get up to that, man, that would be amazing. And Cardano is not even that great right now, right?
Cardano is dead. It's a dead project. Cardano made a lot of people millionaire. At its time, 2017. Oh man, it was made a lot of people millionaire. It did, I don't know how many X's it did. Maybe 1,000x, maybe 10,000x.
Well, that's kind of my point. Is that it's a broken project. So is Solana, in my opinion. And
yes,
we're on the winning project. I'm feeling pretty damn good about our odds with this project. Not just this one, but with PulseX as well.
Yeah, because none of us got Solana, none of us got Cardano. No, they're dead projects now, so no point in catching them. But we caught Pulse.
Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Yeah, all we talk about is hard projects and Pulsechain, HEX, and PulseX.
Wait, what?
I have a guy at work constantly trying to shill me and send me YouTube videos about XRP, and I'm every time he sends me a video, I send him a video about Pulsechain.
Jesus, XRP. How can people still talk about this dinosaur crap?
You know what's fucking funny is the dude who showed me Hex and PulseX, like it took me like 12 hours of research to be like, holy shit, all right, I'm all in. How have I not heard of this? I've been in Bitcoin since 2011. Like I know crypto. How have I not heard of this? So I went all in, right? And a few weeks back, he shows up and he's talking about this thing, and it's like a project starter where it's on the crypto on the blockchain, and it's on Luna starter. And he's going off about it. I'm like, nah, dude. Like, trust me, you found a gem. Like the fact that you're not even into crypto and you discovered this, I can't explain how like benevolently lucky you are, and how grateful I am. But like, we're sticking to this. We are not straying from the Richard Hart path. And what happened a week later? the chain that it was on crashed, tanked, and he wasn't buying me for a second. He wasn't buying it. He's like, "Well, no, you gotta like broaden your horizons, man." I'm like, "Dude, you don't understand. I was fucking mining Bitcoin back in 2011. I was watching all of this shit happen from the start, like from the get go. And I found like you found this and showed it to me, and trust me, this is the best thing we're gonna come across in our lives." And he's like, "Well, we should check it out. We should just check it out." And then boom, crash. It's just funny how newer people like they hear that you're into crypto and they're like, "Well, oh, check out this." And you're like, "Nope."
Yeah, because they have nothing fake.
I'll check it out, but you compare it, and you're just like, "This is dog shit, man. Come on." But they don't even want to look at what I got any video. I'm not even trying to sell it to them. I'm saying, here's a video, watch it. They won't even do it.
Yeah, they won't do their own research.
It's that, and it's these people that are like, "Oh, I don't know, like I don't understand all that crypto," and it's like, no, dude, like it. And Richard makes a very good argument about this. He's like, "You like understand how a keyboard works?" But no, like you don't, and you still use your keyboard every day. You don't have to understand every nuance, every little thing, every cog in the machinery. Like it makes you money. That's it. Buy some.
when Pulsechain takes its first dip, I'm gonna be buying it up.
You guys buy Hex today? It's like 5 cents.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good, but I don't know.
Hey,
Wasn't good
Illuminati.
enough.
It's at 5 cents now. I'm just waiting to break 5 cents, and I will buy and I will swap another chunk of Ether. No guts, no glory.
Say a little something.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, man, can I tell you a little secret, dude? I won't give too much away. I want projects, right?
You got a secret? Oh.
Yeah. Look, check it out, Illuminati. Today I discovered another not coin, but token that's gonna be on the Pulse chain. This other guy I found today. He has a lot of videos. And yeah, I really think he's launching with Pulse chain because like his stuff's not out and he talks about it and he talks about Hex and yeah, man. Stuff's expanding.
I don't think it's a secret.
There's plenty of them. Let me ask you, does he have a British accent? And does it have to do with TBA?
Nah,
you don't have to get into it.
Not at all, dude.
Careful with third parties. Careful with mentioning
There's plenty of them. There's plenty of them, man. As you look more and more into it, as you get deeper, there is plenty.
Just don't cross the line, man. Just you don't need to cross the line.
I just rubbed my foot on it a little bit to make sure it was soft.
Careful because
Now there's a lot of stuff going to be launching on Pulsechain, good stuff, scams, whatever. But if you just stick to Pulse and PulseX, I mean, I can't see how you can go wrong with that.
Hey, let's get something straight. We can't call something a scam without being scammed. Let's stop throwing.
I didn't call anything a scam, bro. I didn't call anything a scam.
I'm just no hard feelings. But before we say anything related to Pulsechain is a scam, we have to first confirm it is. So before we go and throw out that word,
there's even on Ethereum, there's shit coins. Okay, so chill.
Let's.
So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna put $50 of Ethereum into an account, and I'm gonna make a video, and it's gonna say how to get scammed. And I'm gonna hop in the chat as a new person. I'm gonna ask some stupid ass questions. I'm gonna click whatever damn links I get sent and see how quick I get scammed, and then dish it out to the community.
All right, so look. Since you already are skeptical about the up and coming coins that are going to be on Pulsechain, already kind of skeptical.
We're not, dude.
Nobody's skeptical about it. There's another whole group about this.
What are you talking about?
Look, this coin.
Crypto.
Listen,
Chill, dude.
crypto.
I'm not talking about that coin.
Yeah, and there's other rooms for that. It says it right here on the title. No third-party projects.
He's crossing the line. I would kick him already.
Bro, it's a richer hard thing. Like what? Like it's a part of chain. Like I don't understand this.
No third party.
Crypto, it's not.
I hate shit coins. I really hate shit coins. I love when the administrators here ban people bringing third parties into the chat.
Crypto. Top Cut has lost his voice because of Bitcoin, right?
You actually got
Coming from Top Cat, that says a lot.
Oh, it's Bert.
You never had a chance to mention the token, but hey, man, do your own research.
And nobody will have a chance to mention anything.
Somebody should.
Thank you, Link.
Thank you.
I don't know if my mic's loud enough, but I'll try. But to the dude that was just talking about these coins and saying it's a Richard Hart thing, it's not a Richard Hart thing unless Richard puts his name on it. That's something to clarify to this guy. You know, PulseX, Hex,
and what else?
And Pulse or Crypt. Those are Richard Hart projects.
What else needs to be understood is that this is a layer one. This is a layer one. just like Ethereum. There are what are we at, like 12,000 tokens built on Ethereum at this point, and Pulsechain, being a layer one like Ethereum, is also going to have thousands of projects built on it.
It's like saying Vitalik is a part of every Ethereum project or something.
And 99 of them, 9% will be shit.
You get the fees from that.
Can we make Top Cat an admin?
I think that would be the worst.
I can't be an
Weirder
admin,
things could happen.
and I would
He's got his good days and he's got his bad days.
I would refuse being an admin. I want my personality here. My personality is not compatible with being an admin, so come on.
Top
This will turn into a Bitcoin chat.
Hey, Top Cat, you have
the
come a long way.
The first time I saw his face, he shared his camera, and it was just him with a devious smile in a car, clicking 2 gold bars together, smiling.
You remember this?
You're a savage, dude.
Hey, Casual Crip, nice Wurlitzer 200 in your profile. I got one myself.
Oh, right on, man. Yeah. I just picked one up I guess it was last fall. I love that thing.
Love
What
that.
is?
I love mine too. Overhauled mine. I tuned it with all the resoldering of all the the tangs, and it's a beast. But when you get it sounding right, it's beautiful.
I love that instrument. That's awesome. Man.
What's a Wurlitzer 200?
It's like an electric piano that was built in the 60s.
Okay, all right.
Ray Charles would use them, stuff like that.
Who's the dude that played keys with the Beatles for the Get Back album? Billy
Preston.
Billy Preston. I believe he was on one of those.
Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying Billy Preston played a Fender Rhodes, but very similar.
Trying to get me a theremin with this pulse mode.
I'm gonna DM you some pics, Casual Crypt. All right, it's not a scam. It's
right
kinetics.
Kinetics. Sounds good, man. Cool, man. Yeah, send them by. Got to start the Pulsechain band. Find all the musicians in the group.
Dude, I'm so down. I'm so down.
Illuminati on theremin.
Illuminati on the mic, spitting bars.
There you go. Top Cat singing the backups.
Top Cat playing gold bars. Playing gold bars.
Yeah, just thinking gold bars.
Clicking those gold bars
in front of him.
That's the best instrument. Percussion instrument.
I envision you playing them while you're sitting in the hot tub for some reason.
Is Hex your biggest, well, one of your top coins, like investments? I'm just curious, like people in chat. I'm just wondering if
Yeah.
and this was.
In my case, third place. I have 50%. No, I have now 60% my portfolio in Bitcoin. Then equivalent amounts of Ether and X plus the sacrifice. So if the sacrifice was counting also as an Eden coin, it would be equal amounts of X, Ether, and the sacrifice. And I have very little of other coins.
This is definitely the majority of my portfolio. I'd say 75%. Yeah, that's how I'm rolling right now. And then obviously the sacrifices and a little bit of other stuff, but not much.
Did you sack any Bitcoin?
No, I actually did USD personally. USDC.
But I swapped one of my Bitcoins into USDC in order to sacrifice. And I sacrificed other stuff also.
Oh, you're asking Top Cat, obviously, yeah. With the Bitcoin there.
I'm 100% Richard Hart projects. I have 15% Hex. The rest is sacrificed.
Nice.
I got in real late into Hex, so that's the reason for the 15%, and I had to come up with the rest for the sacks.
Well, look at it like it's a time machine because we're back where we were a year ago. So you're not too late now.
Yeah, it's a good price by now.
There was a guy here, John something, John TS or whatever. And this guy was calling strong support with X at 5 cents. He said 5 cents would eventually break, and the next support, which would very hardly be broken, he said this support will not break, will be the absolute bottom for X. He said 1.5 cents.
Yeah, he also pulled his limit orders for 4.5 cents when it dipped down to 3.5. So
Yeah, I respect a lot that guy.
I know, me too. That's what I was just about to say. The part that sucks is that he's been right almost every time. It's just he still frustrates me.
I hate that he's right. I hate it, but he's right. And he also calling Bitcoin to be at 20,000 very soon. But remember what he said. He said Bitcoin would that we would have now a pump to 40K, and after the 40K, we would have then the bottom. That was his call. So if you are waiting for 1.5 cents per X, you might be waiting for a little while longer because X might go back above 15 cents and Bitcoin might go back to 40K before this absolute bottom, which he calls in October. So for this guy, October is the bottom. So if you are with your fingers on the trigger trying to catch below 5 cents X, you might just miss it, because very likely Monday we are above 10 cents. Or maybe not, who knows?
Yeah, I got in at 4.5 on my last one, and I need another purchase of an equal or greater amount to get my cost basis to where I really want it. So just kind of sitting and waiting.
Oh, I'm being insulted by direct message by the guy who wanted to mention the third party project.
Crypto coming
Jesus.
at you?
Crypto, yeah. He says, he just wrote me, next time let me finish my thought before you speak, so you can fully understand what I'm trying to say and quit talking shit. Oh.
Crypto, I don't think
Do
you've
you
ever
think
had a full thought.
do you think the
Agreed.
cooldown period would have given him some time to reflect? I mean, I know I got banned and I had about 15-20 minutes of solid reflection and came back a better man.
I've been banned 3 times. Is that correct?
I've been banned 100 times.
Come on, you guys.
Look,
You're
guys,
here now.
sorry that I offend y'all or offend people. I'm very sorry. I'm very like that. I didn't mean to offend anybody. Okay. I'm very excited.
Very kind of you.
Hey, look, I'm very excited about Pulsechain and Hex and PLX and all that. Okay. And I'm super excited. So and I'm not out here trying to scam nobody. And I'm not saying no project,
Crypto,
but
just
I just
listen.
wanted
Only listen. That's all
I
you
just
should ever do is listen and watch YouTube videos.
I'm trying to tell you the YouTube video that I saw, and there's a lot more. And it's about Pulsechain, and I'm not mentioning no name of it.
Right.
Right?
Just keep watching them yourself. We're all aware of them. Just keep watching them.
Yeah.
You need to listen and watch YouTube videos.
Yeah, and
Soak
I
up the
think you
knowledge,
received a
brother.
warning, so please don't continue.
So y'all don't want to network because what I'm getting out of this app, the reason why I'm on it is because I want to network with people. I want to like I want to
So
network
make
better.
Hey,
You know what I
there's a
mean?
room
And
for that.
so
For
make
what
a
you're looking
Twitter,
for, Crypto. It's not here.
share your Twitter and share what you discover on Twitter, and all of us will look at it and think of it what we will.
Exactly.
I'm not too great. Look, I want to be right here next to
Crypto, we
if
are not
y'all want
interested in that crap. Look, we are not interested in that crap. Period.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to just listen and soak up, the information. And then after you get a gist of how things work, you can chime in with stuff. But I guess, third party stuff, you just don't want to bring it up, man.
Yeah, you're right, man. I shouldn't even view that, even though the thumbnail has the symbols that I've been looking at constantly for the last 2 weeks. 3 weeks maybe. So yeah, maybe I should just ignore that video and on that person and what he's trying to say with the same symbols that I've been looking at and with Richard Hart. So yeah, I should ignore it. You're right.
Ooh, sarcasm
Crypto,
does not sound
crypto,
good on you.
crypto, your cadence and your thought thread does not work for us. We love you, but the tone and the cadence that you present in your random thought thread doesn't really work. We love you, but just listen. Listen from all the OGs. Just chill, bro.
We love you.
Yeah, crypto, it's all good what you're doing, bro, but you just gotta like respect the rules that are in this room, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with you looking at these videos with these symbols that you've been looking at for the last 3 weeks, bro. You know what I mean? If you want to say it like that, there's nothing wrong with that because I'm on YouTube all day watching different videos, watching different projects that are gonna be on Pulsechain, you know what I mean? But some of these projects just can't be discussed here, dude. That's all it is, you know what I mean? And nothing against you. So that's all it is, bro.
And there will be thousands and thousands of these projects, and all of them they will use the name of Pulsechain, and you have to focus and keep your plan from the beginning. Don't go after every project because there will be like 10 a week.
There are different places on Telegram for our community that you can go to ask questions or talk to people that have already kind of looked into some of these projects and vetted them. So if you go to like the PRC altcoin group, or there's a few other chats that are pretty good with some knowledgeable people that you can go and either ask questions or, if it's something new, go ask them what they think about it. But in this main chat, we got to keep it clear of third party.
Well said,
What's
Impulsive.
live on YouTube? Like, what if I did that? Like, just like try to get a sketch and like just do it.
Do what?
Can you make a sentence? We could not understand what you said.
I don't know. I said, what if I just like video called him and interviewed him and see what he's bringing to the table, like that. You know what I mean? Like a live chat where people can view and just, I don't know. I want to pick them apart. I want, you know what I mean? That's kind of where
You
I'm
are
at.
not making much sense, Crypto.
Do it.
You are talking half
Man, what?
sentences.
He wants to make a video call here. What?
Yeah, I'm not
Crypto,
following you,
what
Crypto.
if you took less bong loads?
A lot of the third-party projects that are going places are actually decent. Already have AMAs. They already have Telegram chats. They already have, people you can go ask live questions to any time of day. So if they don't already have that place and you've got to be the one posting stuff on YouTube, you should think about it.
I do. There's like this guy said, like Impulsive said, there's a bunch of there's already, like, if you're looking at a project, bro, like, go check out their website, you know what I mean? Like, look to see if they have some kind of social media and, follow their social media, go on it, and you can go ahead and ask those questions, pick people's brains, you know what I mean? And like somebody else mentioned on here, when you join these other Telegram channels, you can see the members, and if you start recognizing some of the names that you recognize maybe here or on other channels, you can kind of get an idea, to see who's following it or whatnot. This is just some examples of some of the things that I do. But like they said, there is other channels out here. There's the altcoin channel that you can look at. Just so you know, when I first started listening to this channel, I was listening for a long time, bro. And I was hearing a conversation about Richard Hart's weight. Richard Hart's weight was being debated and discussed, and they're already like 45 minutes into it, bro. So I interrupted, right? I jumped on and I interrupted, and I'm like, you know what? I understand we can't talk about, different parties, different tokens and, the third parties and shit. But, it doesn't really make sense for us to be sitting here talking about Richard Hart's weight, and I was like, I'd rather discuss something else or, can I ask a question about something else. And the question that I asked was like, is there another channel where I can go and discuss these other projects that are being implemented or, started on the Pulsechain, because, some of them do complement each other. Well, I was quickly interrupted, bro, and I got told to just shut the hell up because I'm new here, right? I got told to shut up. You're new here. Shut up and listen, right? The point I'm trying to make, first of all, that was wrong in my opinion. It was wrong for whoever that was that came at me like that, because I'm a new person, right? Just trying to ask questions. I got a feeling that I hurt their ego. But anyways, bro, the point I'm trying to make is, right? The point I'm trying to make is that I was directed to that altcoin telegram. I was directed to the altcoin telegram, and that's where I started to do a lot of this research or kind of dwell into the topics that you're bringing up right now, bro. So I really suggest you try to do that, bro, because you continuously trying to force yourself, with your ideas onto here, bro. You're probably eventually gonna get banned, bro. So I'm just letting you know.
Oh, he's very, very, very near the red line. But he still didn't name the third-party project. The moment he does, he's burned.
We could probably move on now. Hex is at 5 cents right now, someone said.
Hex at 5 cents.
It's at 0.057 or 6.
Hey, bro. Thanks for the advice, man.
Hey, brother, I sent you a DM, Crypto, for another group if you want to check it out. You could definitely talk about what you're looking at there.
I'll just say this, it's a lot of people that's been in this chat for a year now. And believe it or not, people have heard everything. And, we welcome everybody into the chat. But some people like to hear themselves talk. And sometimes people get annoyed if people just going on and on into a monologue. So if you're new, everybody welcome you to spit your piece, but just make your point and open it up for other conversations, and don't just go on and on and on and on.
Yeah, I'm the only one in the chat that's allowed to go on and on and on about anything. It's just, I'm majorly loved by everybody.
We just love your public service announcements, Redneck.
Only if it's about beavers and pickles.
Hey, Redneck, somebody nominated you. I think it was Jaconator nominated you to do the voiceovers for the new documentary for Richard.
I still need to see the pole dance.
Yeah, that sounds good. I can do the voiceovers for that. I'm not sure you want Redneck doing it for him, but I'll do it.
I'm gonna nominate
Hey, they had
for
you into
Redneck and
master ceremonies at the PulseCon. We do the master ceremonies.
Redneck and Jaconator, they pole dance.
Pole dance.
Welcome to PulseCon, where the beats are low and the X's are high. How do you like that?
It's got a nice ring to it.
The only way I'll support this is if you go by the name Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I think I'm a Justin Bieber guy. So yeah.
Yeah, but I heard that you also have to agree to go up there with Amber Heard because she needs some of that money.
Hey, I don't mind that. She's kind of cute. I don't care that she craps in the bed every once in a while.
Austin, Texas girls are weird, bro.
Tell me about it. I went to school down there.
Any girl shit the bed on you?
No, sir.
Brings a whole new meaning to I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers, I guess.
Stinky situation.
Literally. Redneck, you still got them 1 cent limit orders? You got anything else?
Yeah, I got them down that far. Now's the time to be stocking up. Anything in the 5s and below, I mean, get it while you can.
Yeah, I had my first limit order hit today. I wish that shit would have told me, like some bells would have went off or something. I was just walking along and fucking USDC went down. I was like, what happened? Oh, and I had Hex. All right. Because I had staked my Hex and I had more Hex. I was like, I was happy.
One of my
So can you
stakes
do
ends tomorrow.
limit orders for more than what you have available in your wallet balance? Is that possible?
You can do them. It's just they ain't gonna fill if you ain't got it in there.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Well, you have to approve it, right? I mean, I wouldn't think it would allow you to approve something you don't have.
Oh, it'll allow you to approve it. It just won't fill if you don't have the coin in there. It'll, like on the status, it'll say like 99% or something. Just simply because you don't have enough to USDC or whatever you're trading.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how to lay it out. I guess I could do like basically half the amount at a little bit higher and then double that amount at a little bit lower. And it'll sort itself out from there.
Yeah, my plan is every cent it goes down, I take it up a notch. So just as an example, for 5 cents it'd be 1,000. For 4 cents it'd be 2,000. For 3,000, or for you get it.
Yeah, it never hurts to ladder them down. That way you can get them. Like I said, I messed up the other day when it did get down there at about 1.5 cents, but I worked backwards all the way up to my first price. I just forgot to I somehow hit max USDC, so and I basically fooled myself. So
It's the way to roll though, for sure, because when we had that last dip, I tried to execute a buy at like 3.8 or 3.9, and by the time I was able to click everything through on my hardware wallet, price had already gone up, and I lost the ETH gas fees and didn't get my market order filled. So I would
Yeah.
have had the limit, and then it would have gone through, no doubt. I am wondering though, with smaller amounts, are you guys finding success having them go through? Like I'm talking, $300 to $900. Are limit orders below market cost still going through for you guys?
I had a limit order for 3K come out today easily.
Yeah, it picks it up as long. I mean, my match, it does miss some of them sometimes, but for the most part, it gets them. I mean, I got some high ones that the spikes, sells, but those never pick up.
Yeah, but like you think, if I do say Hex is at 6 cents and I set a limit order for 5 cents, and it, a limit order for like $400 at 5 cents, and it drops down to like, okay, say Hex is at 5 cents. I set a limit order for $400 at 4 cents, and it drops down to like 3.5. Do you think my limit order will get filled, or since the buyers have to pay the gas fees, are they probably gonna not fill my order?
I've never had a problem with it in something like that. It
What's
feels
the reason? What's the reason an order wouldn't get filled? There's just too many orders at that level, and you were behind them, and it just didn't get filled because you were last.
Well, I guess I'm just, assuming like the buyer has to pay the gas fee, right? So I guess when I do it on Matcha, does it aggregate a bunch of hex together at that price and then give it to the buyer? Or does it only, does like the buyer only buy my hex?
No, it's aggregated down, but as their slippage goes, that's just how it picks it up as it goes down. So whatever you have in there, I'm sure there's more than just yourself at that rate, but it pays it up. I'm just saying the only time that I've seen it blow past a limit order is when it quite literally blows past a limit order. I mean, it swings high down or down really fast or high really fast, and you just miss it. But that's the only other time I've seen a limit order not go through. If it's just the normal down, it'll pick it up for the most part that I've seen.
Word. All right, that makes me a little more comfortable because I mean, I just do my weekly buys with what commissions I get from work, so it's like anywhere from like 300 to 900 a week, and I don't want to set it if it ain't gonna get filled.
Hey, do you guys have to keep your treasures plugged in to whatever swap site you're using in order for the order to get filled?
No, that's the cool thing. You sign the transaction preview.
So you sign off on your hardware wallet, for the limit order, and then you can unplug it.
Yep. And then you set the time limit. It could be 10 minutes. It could be an hour. I think the max is like a month or something. And then, as long as it fills in that time period, the order executes.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
a week. It's a week on Matcha.
I asked because I have never set a limit order before that has gotten filled. I did one in 2018 crash, and it blew right through it, and nothing. I didn't get it because it was when everything was crashing so hard, fast. It was just a mess back when that crash was happening in 18. So I figured, well, limit orders don't work, so forget it.
Like I said, when it's moving up, I would say a good rate, but not, where you get a spike. The spikes, a lot of times you're going to blow through them either way. It's not going to pick it up. But if you can watch it tick down or up, it'll hit it.
Well, if it wicks down through it, won't it get filled on the way back up?
It all depends. Some wicks are wicked quick. They shoot down and shoot back up to, less than a second. That's what the wicks are. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and they'll fill them, but I've yet to have one get filled.
All right. Well, thank you for that information.
So I was wondering, somebody brought it up in a stream, and it's had me curious ever since. In reference to the 25th word that you can add on a treasure, the hidden wallet. So that feature is kind of in the Trezor software, as far as I understand it. I guess you do it through MetaMask, but it's through the Trezor firmware. And so, I was kind of wondering what happens, God forbid, if Trezor completely goes to shit and they just get wiped out. Are we still able to access our hidden wallets? Where would we enter that passphrase?
That's a good question. I wondered that myself.
Right? It's got me a little freaked out now. I'm like, shit, now I want my stakes to end so I can just get them onto a normal 24 word, because I know I can access the blockchain through anything with the bit 44 or the bit 39.
Yeah, it's nice to have that passphrase, but there's that unknown thing. That's what Richard Hart would call that, like a doomsday scenario or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. What happens in 15 years when, who knows? I know Trezor's based out of somewhere, not Yugoslavia, but Slovakia or something. God forbid,
This would be a great question for Papa Boner.
I know I was trying to get on here earlier. I've been working all day. I was trying to get on here earlier to ask him, because this had me kind of geeking out. At this point, I know how to interact with the Hex contract through Etherscan. I know how to end a stake, like someone else's stake, doing good accounting without any front end. I know a lot, but that's got my head spun.
I don't know. Maybe do a Google search on that one, or even call up the Trezor. I think they have an 800 number, don't they? Maybe can try that. See what they say.
I'm gonna wait for Papa B, just because I feel like he'll have a solid, heartfelt explanation for it.
Yeah, just don't ask China.
Hey guys, in relation to that passphrase and all that, if you're asking about how you'd access your wallet if you lost your Trezor device or just lost your passphrase, I believe as long as you have your seeds, you'll always be able to get to that wallet. Even the hidden wallet, I believe the seeds, they won't.
Well,
because I don't know.
It
still has to make. Because the seeds on the seeds are the way to a wallet on the blockchain.
Yeah, but is the passphrase on the blockchain?
Right.
I don't think that passphrase is on the blockchain though. I think that I guess that is a good question. I always remember hearing that your seeds were it. If someone got your seeds, you're done. So even the Trezor just keeps it off of. You don't type it in. It does it all for you so that it can't be tracked. You know what I mean? You're not typing in anything.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, but
correct me.
But there's. I wasn't disagreeing with you actually. In fact, I'd like to hear the gentleman who sounded like you.
If you lose your passphrase, you're screwed. It's just a 25th word of your seed phrase, basically, or whatever. So if you lose that, that's why Papa Boner always says if you do the passphrase, you better write it down and write it down perfectly, because if you don't get it exactly right, you'll never get it back out.
Right.
Okay, so
It'll just
then
it'll
when
load a
you
wallet
create a
you've never seen before, and if you don't enter anything, if you leave that field empty, it'll just load your regular wallet that isn't going to have your funds in it. So, what I'm curious about is, should Trezor go completely to shit and just stop working and never have another software update? Everything just explodes, and there's no Trezors available anymore, and there's no software to download, and something crazy happens. How do we use that 25th word interaction with the blockchain to access our funds on the so-called hidden wallet? Or is that passphrase stored on the
Jan
blockchain where I
Coleman.
can go and enter it on another front?
Like it all
Jan
works like
Coleman's
certain
BIP
code
39.
Go ahead, Adrian.
like BIP.
So
I think it's
BIP
called BIP
39 is
39.
the standard, and Jan Coleman's it's a dude that developed the tool, and that tool helps you work with seed phrases and path keys and all sorts of stuff. So in case everything goes to shit, you can use Jan Coleman's BIP 39 tool.
Would you mind linking that in main chat or DMing me or something? And just to be clear, this is something that can be used even if I have a 25th word, creating a hidden wallet using.
Yeah, but this is an advanced tool. You should never ever put your seed phrases through a keyboard. So if I give you this website, you can just go there, and if you do not understand what you are doing, you'll do some very stupid shit. So you have to be very
I
aware
have
of what you are doing.
I have multiple treasures, one of which is I can totally wipe right now and use as just a test wallet to learn how to interact with it. So I just like to be prepped. Like I said, I now know how to interact with the Hex contract on Etherscan. I know how to end someone else's stake using a public address. I know how to do a lot of things, but this is one situation that I'm not prepared for. So I'd like to be prepared.
I know.
Type in Google what I've DM'd you. Type in Google what I've DM'd you, and you'll find a website something like jancolmans.com or something like this.
Thank you very much, you wizard. You.
You're welcome. And in order to use this tool properly, you actually need an air-gapped computer with an air-gapped operating system. And let me give you an example. You search in your house for an old computer. That computer doesn't even need to have a hard disk inside. And you'll use a USB stick with a Linux live distribution, let's say Linux Mint, and you boot directly in Linux, and you use this website downloaded, and you use it completely offline, and you never go back online with that operating system. You have to reset it before going back online. It has to be completely air gapped, because if you ever work live with your seed phrases, you can expose them in seconds. So it's a very
I
specific
have a
protocol of how you are doing this. You have to have understanding of what is happening.
I have a couple Raspberry Pis, and one of which I'm using to code a CNC router to engrave seed words that doesn't ever touch the internet. So I'll probably go about it doing that just as
Okay,
extra safety precaution.
and also on GitHub is the official repository of the Jan Coleman's tool. So you can download it directly from there, check the CHA 256, and after that use it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you repeat all that?
Hey, Illuminati, where's my remix?
You're making me feel bad right now. I'm actually headed home. I'm all amped up because I've been just thinking up lyrics all day. So we'll get something going for you here soon. I got one that I got a bunch of verses, but no chorus. So I'm just gonna try to put together a bunch of bunch of voice clips, and yours is definitely going to be one of them. Quote me's not going to be on it for sure. He's going to hook us up.
Hey, do any of you guys mine crypto like Bitcoin or anything?
I used to.
I hate that heat.
Yeah, dude, my bedroom was like 120 degrees. I was popping the 50 amp breaker in my apartment every week. I'd sleep in my on my couch halfway out my patio because my bedroom would get so hot. I had three 1.1 terahertz going, fucking 1,200 watts of heat.
So you don't do it anymore? Is there any reason?
The halvening, difficulty, price of GPUs, the ridiculousness of the whole thing, and also the disappointment in myself for selling off what could have been worth over $6 million worth of Bitcoin when it was under $200 a piece.
And the heat.
And that heat, that damn heat.
And the heat alone is enough to make you quit.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I live in Vegas, so I feel you. I feel you on that one.
I don't think the property manager that I rented my apartment from has ever seen somebody smile so hard when they said all utilities included.
That's a good one. I would have hated you as a tenant.
Wouldn't your electricity bill be like thousands of dollars a month, like for mining crypto? I guess it would be expensive.
Rig was 1,200 watts, so that was like 3,600 watts going. I mean, it's not super expensive, but we're definitely talking like if they're going 24/7, like $1,000 a month for sure, depending on where you're at in the country.
If you were to do that today, how many, for example, Bitcoin you think you could mine in a month?
It's a chase.
I'd have
You
to
have
run
to
real
order
quick.
the last ASICs equipment. Your ASICs will be delayed because the manufacturer will use the ASICs to make the most of the money, because the most of the money is at the beginning. By the time you receive the ASICs, the curve of earning will be less. They start taking advantage of them and you'll be happy, but actually just the first month will be the one where you are actually paid well, and then the chase starts again. You need to order the new ASICs and so on.
You want to know where I made most of my money mining crypto? Was selling 24-hour mining contracts on eBay and Amazon. I would sell 24-hour mining contracts, tell people to give me their public address because they were interested in finding out how profitable it could be. So I would say this is how much mining power I have, and I would rent out multiple hertz at a time and sell a 24-hour contract. I'd charge them a $7.99 shipping fee, and 1,000 times more than however much Bitcoin or Litecoin they were getting at the time, just because it piqued their curiosity. And I made so much freaking money doing that, to the point where they banned that from both eBay and Amazon.
For some reason, I feel like you wouldn't even be able to mine one whole Bitcoin in like a month. It would take a very long time. Is that correct?
100% correct.
Equipment is worth a few $100,000. You'll have enough to mine that much. But in the case of Bitcoin, from what I've last checked, you usually end up to pay electricity half of what you are earning. In the case of Ethereum, it was like you are paying electricity like 1/6 of what you are earning.
So mining Ethereum is a lot more profitable, is what you're saying.
No, it's not about profitability because it doesn't matter what is the amount of electricity you are paying back. It's the whole equation. How fast you are getting the ASICs, how everything is going. If the price changes or something changes, everything goes out the window and your estimations are equal with nothing. It's like
How
you are
much you
betting
had to
stuff.
pay?
You are
How much
betting
money
on a
you?
lot of stuff.
How much money that you had to pay for the ASIC miners or for your video cards because they're not cheap?
Yeah,
Right.
that's a huge part of the
And so
equation. Huge.
back in the day in 2011, senior year in high school, I was overclocking my two gaming laptops. And these were like $1,200 gaming laptops. And I was overclocking the shit out of them, like frying them to the point where I still have a burn hole in the carpet at my dad's house. And in 2011, I was making like 10 or 20 cents a day. It was nothing. It was nothing, but it was Bitcoin. And so I wasn't looking at the US dollar value of what I was getting because I knew Bit was going to be worth more in the future. I didn't think it would hit 60 fucking grand, but that 10 to 20 cents a day at that point, like, I don't know, I'm trying to remember correctly. I think it was like, I don't know, 0.03 to 0.05 a day, if I remember correctly.
Was your dad paying the electric bill?
Yeah, my dad was paying the electric bill.
Oh man, he must have
It
been
wasn't.
pissed
It was two laptops. It was two laptops. It wasn't. It was nothing. But they had good GPUs in them, and I overclocked the hell out of them.
Hey, didn't Richard Hart do that with gaming laptops?
Yeah, that was back in the day of 50 block boards, which was, still around when I was doing it. Just did it in a pool. He did it no pool.
I bet you wish you could have staked your Bitcoin for like 10 years
Dude, I
out.
was one click away. I was one click away from locking up 10 Bitcoin for 5 years. It was like right in the midst of my being a very bad boy. I was like, I should really do this right now because I was going through Bitcoin like it was nothing, and I was about to click that shit. The Coinbase had a vault option, and I was like, yeah, no, maybe I'll do it later. And I really wish I had.
I had a bunch of ant miners, and the only way I was able to make them was from borrowing electricity. Yeah, it was. If you're trying to pay the electric bill with those things, it wasn't easy. Didn't leave much meat on the bone.
By borrowing, you mean you were running an extension cord across the street from a house that was for rent?
So,
More involved than that. Tapping.
So when you look at it, staking Hex and you're earning Hex, it's like mining in a way.
100%.
A lot cheaper electric bills.
A lot cooler temperatures.
Well, I guess when you pay those gas fees, you're paying those Ethereum miners. So. Well, it's been nice chatting with y'all. Y'all have a good night or day wherever you all from.
This episode of Dumb Shit Illuminati Used to Do was brought to you by the Pulsechain, where the beats are low and the X's are high.
It's hard to get rich once, but it's even harder to get rich twice. Ain't that right, Illuminati?
He's trying to timestamp that while he's driving down the road. So 2 weeks to Pulsechain, right?
As long as we launch before PulseCon, it's okay.